Hi folks, today's video is going to be on power clipping individual pictures into some text. I'm Stanley Reisler from Coney Island Transfer and Sublimation and More Facebook groups. So we're going to start with a new document, and I'm just going to use an 8.5 by 11 in the landscape. I'm going to come up to the left here, click on landscape, turn it sideways. I'm going to come to the left, and I'm going to pick my text tool. I'm going to place my cursor. I'm going to pick my text. I've already had it selected. I'm going to use impact. We're going to type in any name, but we're going to use the word family today. F-A-M-I-L-Y. As soon as I pass over it, it's going to go with bounding boxes. I'm going to grab the corner of the bounding box, and I'm going to grab it out. I'm going to fill the page. Make it nice and big so I can see. I'm going to go back to my pick tool. I'm going to zoom in so I can see it a little bit better. Okay, so now we're going to take my first picture and we're going to place it in the F. I'm going to right click my mouse and I'm going to come down to import. I'm going to find my folder, and I'm going to use Mom and Dad first, which is me and my wife Jen. And I'm importing. I'm going to place my picture. I'm going to size it and make sure it looks correctly, approximately to the size I'm going to need, just to place myself into the F. Okay. I think it's almost there. So now with my picture highlighted, I'm going to right click it, I'm going to go to Powerclip inside, and I'm going to point at the F. Okay, it's a little bit low, but it's there. So now here at the bottom, I can now manipulate my picture inside of my text by clicking Select Powerclip Contents. Now I'm going to grab the center, and I'm going to bring it up. And I'm going to move it over a little bit so you can see my face just a little bit better. I'm going to use my arrow key so I can nudge it over. But I do not want to see my wife's face in that F. Sorry, hon. Right about there is good. So, now, with Mom and Dad JPEG highlighted, like so, I'm going to name this one Mom and Dad 1, so I know the difference when I replace the next picture. I want to keep it highlighted. I want to come over to my crop tool. I'm going to hold it and select Eraser. Eraser is listed under the crop tool menu. Now I have the eraser. I have my Mom and Dad JPEG selected, and I'm going to start to remove. I know it looks like it's removing everything, but it's not. You'll see in 1 second. So let's be careful here so I don't erase none of my F. And now if I did it correctly, when I let go of the mouse, everything will reappear, and only Stan is showing in the F. I'm going to come back to the left, select my pick tool. I'm going to right click again, left click and select import. And now I'm going to pick Mom and Dad again, because I need my wife Jen to be in the A. I left click, I pasted my import, I want to bring it up to my A, see that it won't fit, I want to stretch it down here to help make it fit better. Okay, so now when I hold on to my picture that I want to put into the A, you'll notice that little menu comes at the bottom, that little note. I'm going to hold W so it goes into my Powerclip frame. Boom, it's in. Okay. So now it's covering over on my F. My family and my wife is in the A, but we need to adjust a little bit. So first we're going to remove it, select the Powerclip contents. I'm going to come over here and only select, because you see it lights up everything that's in the Powerclip, I'm only going to select Mom and Dad, not Mom and Dad 1. So now you'll see only the first picture is manipulatable. And we're going to make this a little bit bigger. And we're going to get a nice picture of Jen. Hopefully to get most of her face. Okay, that looks well. So now, with Mom and Dad JPEG selected, I'm going to come and select my eraser. And just so you know, once your eraser is selected and you have the eraser circle on the screen, if you go to the far right side of your keyboard and use the up and down arrows, it adjusts the size of your nub. So just in case you got to get into small spots or big spots. Okay, so now Mom and Dad JPEG is selected. I'm going to start erasing. Now remember, it's not JPEG 1. I'm not erasing anything that I shouldn't be. Oop, I just did. So I come back up to the top and I click my undo button. And I'm going to start over. Mom and Dad JPEG selected, eraser tool, and I need to make sure I do not touch my A this time and mess up. Okay, there's that side. Now let's work on the M. We'll get rid of all of this. Okay. Now, when I let go of my mouse button, the other layers will reappear again. Okay. I do notice though, since my layer is still selected, I need to nudge down to get rid of the right here. I need to nudge down. And I scented the face a little bit better. So everybody will be happy. Okay, great. I'm going to come back up to my pick tool. I'm going to click on my field to make sure that nothing is selected. See, nothing on the right side, and my object manager is selected. I'm going to just jump back for a second, guys, so you can get your object manager to show on your screen, which shows all your layers that you'll be working with. You come up to Tools, Window, Dockers, and make sure that Object Manager is selected here. This way on the right side of your screen, your Object Manager or your layers will show. You really need your layers to show if you're going to do this correctly. Let's work on the M. In the M, I'm going to put my firstborn. I have 4 children, so it worked out correctly. Thank God. Otherwise, I'd have to use a different word. So, I'm going to right-click, go down to Import. Lila is my first daughter. Double-click. Place it on my work field. Bring it up and realize it's almost the right size. I'm going to just grab the corner, resize a little bit, bring it above my M, and if I hold W, it'll place it into the clip. That one came out beautiful. I'm just going to highlight it and just see what I can, oh, wait, see what I did? I actually did it wrong and I grabbed all the ones. I don't want that. Okay, I'm going to undo, And I'm going to undo. I'm going to undo. I'm going to go forward to make sure that it replaces it back. I'm going to redo. Okay, that's where I was before I messed up. I'm going to select the Powerclip contents, and then I'm going to come over to my Object Manager and make sure only the picture I would like to work on is selected, Lila JPEG. And now I'll be able to move just the image I want to move and not the whole group. Now I'm going to use my arrow keys to nudge around to see where I can get this to look the best. Okay, I'm going to leave it just like that. I don't need to erase anything in this picture. It worked out perfect. Okay. Now, I'm going to, oh wait, I think I see a little something on the A. I'm going to select my Powerclip contents. I'm going to select Lila JPEG only. Select my eraser. And just come over and make sure that that pink in the A is not from the other picture. Oh, and it was. Good. I made the right choice. Good. Now I'm going to select the eye. I'm going to click my workplace. Nothing is selected. I'm going to right click. I'm going to import over to the right folder that I need to be in. I'm going to select the picture I'm going to use for my daughter. Now, this picture is a picture of the whole family plus my son, my grandmother, my wife. So, first we're going to make the picture as big as we need it, because I'm going to use this young lady right here. That's Carrie. Okay. So, I don't have to erase everything. We're going to use the crop tool in this picture. I'm going to come back to my eraser on the far left menu here, hold it, pick crop this time, and I'm just going to make a box. Now when I let go of the box, I can adjust the box to get just what I need and get my photobombing son out of there. And we're going to work with this for the moment. Now when I click on it again, it cropped. I'm going to come back, pick my pick tool, bring Carrie here, and realize the picture now is way too small. I'm going to resize it to make it a little better workable. I'm going to bring it over, and once again, I'm going to hold W, let go, and I'm in. Okay. So now I'm going to extract the contents and just select them. I'm going to select Carrie only, because I only want to work on Carrie's image. And I'm going to center her in the picture a little bit better than I need. Okay. That looks good. Nudge it just to... bring it to where it looks good. I might even resize it just a little bit. And then I'll nudge it over a little bit better, get more of a face in. Now, if you notice on the Object Manager, she is still selected. I'm going to come and change the crop tool on the left back to the eraser. And you notice the boxes around what I'm going to work. And I'm just going to wipe away what I don't need. And as I let go of the mouse, it returns everything I do need. Beautiful. Now we're up to the L. I'm going to make sure nothing is selected. I'm going to right click. I'm going to import again. And I'm going to use my son, Joseph. Here's Joseph's picture with his buddy from school. We're going to make this a little bit bigger. We're going to hold it over the L, select W, let it go. And there we go. I think he needs to be a little bit bigger though. Oh, oops. I dragged the whole thing. I'm going to undo. I'm going to select remove contents again. Select only use for Joey. Now I can just size the only part of the image I'd like to size of the project. He's a big boy, so we're going to make sure that's what we're showing. Okay. Then we'll bring the image up to where I have Joey wearing his New York Giants shirt. Okay. Now, with only use for Joey selected, I'm going to select the eraser tool once again, and I'm going to erase the overlapping parts of his picture on the other letters. There we go. Now we'll work on the Y. And when I let go, it'll come back to showing what I need to show. Okay, folks, we're going to go back to the pick tool. We're going to do the last letter. Make sure nothing is selected. Right click, go to import. Grab Emily's picture. Now she's way older than this now. She's kind of mad I'm using the picture, but yeah, perfect. We're going to hold that over the Y. We're going to hit W, drop it in. Okay, I'm going to select the Powerclip context. I'm going to select Emily. I'm going to resize a little bit to make sure that we can represent her correctly in this picture. Okay, bring it down a little bit more. Okay. That looks pretty good. Or good enough. Where she won't be angry, I hope. I'm going to come up to the top. I want to make sure that my contents are selected again, and only select Emily. Grab my eraser tool, and we're going to start erasing everything that don't belong in the other letters. This is a big picture and I didn't crop it this time. Okay. Perfect. Now, we have our image. It's just about where we want it. I'm going to click up at the top, my zoom levels. I'm going to select to fit to page, to fit. And that gives us our whole screen with our working image. We want to add a little bit of pizzazz. We want to make it pop a little bit. So we're going to add an outline first. I'm going to use black. So we're going to click our word with our left mouse button, bounding boxes around so we see that the whole thing is selected, the Powerclip text. We're going to come over to the right side where my palette is, right click the color. We would like the outline. I used black. See, if I right click red, it goes red. If I right click beige and so forth, blue, we're going to use black. But even though it has a black outline, it's not thick enough to my liking to really make this picture pop. I'm going to come down to the bottom, and there's a picture of my pen tool. I'm going to double click it. Here comes my menu, my dialog box, my outline pen. It has my width. I don't want a hairline width. I want to see what it looks like with 2.0. Hit OK. It got a little bit fatter. That's a little nicer, but I think I'm going to go with 3.0. I want to double click. 3.0. Click. Hit OK. Now I don't know if you notice, but every time that I make my outline pen just a little bit wider, only half of it outlines and the other half is on the inside of the picture, taking away from our picture. That's not what we're looking to accomplish. So I'm going to go back down and double click my outline pen, and I'm going to select behind fill. Okay, I'm going to select OK. So now half of it is behind the fill, half of it is in front of the fill on the side. So I'm going to bring it up to 4 to bring back the effect that I was looking for with the fatter line but not covering any of my image. Okay, there we go, without a line. So I want to show you something, folks. If I grab it now, the way I set it up and I stretch it, oh, it actually worked. Well, I was taught that when I do that, I should always select Scale with Object so it scales correctly. So that's what I'm going to do. Scale with Object, just to make sure that it does scale correctly. Okay, so now I have my outline family text with pictures clipped inside. I want to make it a little more attractive, make it pop just a little bit more, so I'm going to add a shadow. I'm going to select my text. I want to come to the left and select my drop shadow tool, drop shadow, click the image, hold the left mouse button from the far left and bring it across. Okay. I'm going to leave it not as a drop shadow but just as a shadow, a little offset. I want to show you why, because I want to use this as a glow. Okay, there we go. I have a light shadow. If you look at the middle of my drop shadow line where it shows that I'm putting the shadow, there's a little slider in the center. I'm going to make this just a little bit darker. And just a little bit more darker. Nice. If I go up to the top, I notice while I have my drop shadow tool selected, I actually have shadow color. In this picture, I don't want to use black. I want it to be a little happier, not as a shadow, but more as a glow. So I'm going to select a different color. I would like to use this rust color because I think it picks up here just a little bit. And if you notice now, my glow is more of an orangish color to match my center picture a little bit better. I actually would like to make that a little bit more intense. And there we go. A little bit more poppier, so to speak. Very nice. I've never used this drop down button. Let's see what it does. It's set on multiply. Let's put it to normal. I cannot see a difference. I guess we'll pick that up in another video when I learn how to use that just a little bit better. Okay, folks, that was a video on how to clip individual pictures into text, and I'd like to thank Amy Hale for helping me understand just a little bit better on how to do this process in Photoshop and applied what I learned into Corel. Thank you very much and have a great day. Please subscribe to our channel, on YouTube, Sublimation and More videos, and please subscribe to our Sublimation and More Facebook group for many more tips to come. Thank you so much. Be well.